2 points from the title, 5 championship points, and all 5 slipped away. 21-year-old Linda Noskova had to watch the trophy she had all but grasped slide out of her hands. Then, on a bathroom break, she caught sight of the 2 trophies waiting outside, the big one and the small one. And she said to herself, "I'm not going to take the small one, I'm taking the big one." The first coronation of a young star who rose again from the brink of collapse. Today, let's break down this dramatic all-Czech final through its key scenes, the reactions, and the words spoken afterward. Early in the match, the mood on center court tilted entirely one way. The 9th seed, Noskova, took the first set 6-2 against Muchova in just 32 minutes. It was composure and daring beyond her 21 years. Not a trace of the pressure you would expect from a first major final. Instead, it was the seasoned Muchova who was being pushed back. The crowd buzzed. It looked like it might become a one-sided coronation for the young star. The media saw it the same way, a flawless start and an easy title on the way. But the most dangerous moment in tennis is precisely when everything looks like it is going smoothly. In the second set, the momentum seemed to carry on. Noskova pushed ahead to 5-2. The title was truly within touching distance. And this is where the final's greatest drama began. Noskova earned no fewer than 5 championship points. Convert just one, and it was a straight sets title. But Muchova didn't fold. The seasoned contender saved all 5 of them. It is the most championship points ever saved in a Grand Slam final. Point by point, clawing back from the brink, she sent the tension on center court to its peak. The crowd held its breath and a flicker of anxiety began to cross Noskova's face. Muchova took 5 straight games from 2-5 down and completed her miraculous fight back 7-5. Onto a decider, the media called this Noskova's second set meltdown. For a 21-year-old who had let the title slip from her grasp, no scenario could have seemed crueler. And it was at exactly this moment that Noskova headed off court. What she did there was the true turning point of the match. That scene, revealed after the match, became one of the most talked about stories of the tournament. She splashed cold water on her face, and on the way, she saw them, the Venus Rosewater Dish and the runner-up smaller plate. "I'm not going to take the small one, I'm taking the big one. I have been so close, this will probably be the heartbreak of my life. I'm going to leave my soul on court in the third set, whatever that be." That vow translated into results. In the third set, instead of wobbling, Noskova rediscovered her aggressive tennis. She weathered the storm and closed out the final set 6-3 on her 6th championship point of the match. Final score, 6-2, 5-7, 6-3, 2 hours and 28 minutes. The legendary John McEnroe praised her mental strength. How about her resilience, character, heart to find that gear when she'd been so close so many times? To do this now is pretty awesome to watch. Once the title was confirmed, Noskova's on-court speech captured all the emotion of the day. "It's never easy to get the last point," she began, and then came her trademark humor. To Muchova, the opponent and compatriot who had made things so hard for her, she said, "Caro, you really made me work for it. I will not forgive you this one." An affectionate joke, and there is history behind it. The two were doubles partners at the Paris Olympics. And then she turned to the meaning of what the 2 Czechs had written together. "I'm so glad I could play my first Grand Slam final with you. We made history today. All our Czech fans at home are proud of us, no matter the result." She reflected on the way the win came, too. Winning it this way, really having to fight for it, having all these ups and downs, it matters a lot. But the most moving moment of the speech came elsewhere. Noskova was overcome as she turned to her mother, who died of cancer on the eve of Wimbledon 2 years ago. "There's one more person I want to thank, my mum. I would definitely not be standing here without you, so, thank you." And she blew a kiss to the sky, the deepest story, hidden behind the joy of a first coronation. This title was more than a personal achievement. It completed a sweeping trend, the total dominance of Czech tennis. At 21, Noskova became the youngest Wimbledon women's singles champion in 15 years. The last 21-year-old champion was Petra Kvitova, back in 2011. And Kvitova herself was watching from the royal box as her 15-year record fell. And there is an even more staggering number. This is the 5th Wimbledon women's singles title won by a Czech player since 2011. Kvitova in 2011 and 2014, Vondrousova in 2023, Krejcikova in 2024, and now Noskova. That is the 3rd title in just the last 4 years. On top of that, this final was the first Grand Slam singles final in the Open era between two Czech players. And an all-same-nation Wimbledon women's final hadn't happened since the Williams sisters in 2009. The media asked, in one voice, how does a nation of 10 million so thoroughly dominate the world's premier grass-court event? This final became the clearest answer to that question. Let's wrap it up. This Wimbledon women's draw, where every title favorite had fallen, ended with the first coronation of a 21-year-old star. Noskova, who didn't crumble even after squandering 5 championship points. Muchova, who resurrected a match that was all but lost. And, etched above it all, the history of Czech tennis. It was a final remembered less for the result than for the journey, and the words that followed. Now just one match of Wimbledon remains, Sunday's men's final. What did you make of Noskova's dramatic title run? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to see how the last final ends, hit subscribe and turn on notifications.